Yo, dog, I heard you like tokens, so I had my tokens make double tokens while I token with your token. It's Baylen the Haymaker. It's a token commander. Could you not guess? Welcome to the Attic Mana Dad here. This is the channel where we explore what's fun in Magic, mostly on Arena. Today on Arena, it's Brawl. We try to do a Brawl video at least once a week. If you like that, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe, interact, leave a comment. Always helpful to know if Brawl is making a dent, because not always the most views on these videos, and the YouTube algorithm maybe is not pushing Brawl like it should. But if you like Brawl and you're here, so let me know. Okay, what are we doing? It's Baylen the Haymaker. It is not the Baylen that is the Fallen Jedi in the Ahsoka TV series. It is a rabbit warrior that is 4/3. You can tap 2 untapped tokens. Doesn't have to be a creature token. Add 1 mana of any color. Tap 3 untapped tokens. Draw a card. Tap 4 untapped tokens. Put 3 +1/+1 counters on it. It gains trample until the end of turn. Okay, it's a commander that does everything. It ramps, it draws, and it can finish out the game. But there are some hoops to jump through. It's pretty fun, actually. I'd say on the competitive to fun scale, it's actually way more on the fun side than the competitive side. I'll talk a little bit about how you want to modify this deck if you want to make it a bit more competitive. Maybe at the end of the video, we'll go into that in more detail. But suffice it to say, Baylen, right now on EDH Rec, the most popular of the new commanders from the Bloomborough main set, not from the Commander Bloomborough. There's some ones that are ahead of him. But, you know, look at this guy. What is that kind of like helmet that he's wearing? Anyways, with a like threshing scythe that's magical. Okay, it's magic. Let's talk about it. So, what are we trying to do? We want stuff that makes tokens, obviously. Legion's Landing is going to make a token when it comes in, and it can flip into a land that makes tokens. Ocelot's Pride, which is new from MH3. First strike lifelink, 1/1. If you gained life, which is easy because it has lifelink, you're going to make a 1/1 cat token. And once you have the City's Blessing, you're going to double up tokens. For each token that you entered this turn, create a token that's a copy of it. I should actually put that in my token doubling section over here, which we'll talk about at the end, because we got some good token doublers to talk about. There we go. There's my little token doubling section. Stick around for that. Okay. Dragon Master Outcast. This makes one of the best tokens in the game. 5/5 flying red dragon creature token. It's basically a must kill. I don't think I maybe once have gotten to make a dragon, and then people scoop, because once you're making dragons with this, it's pretty good. And if you're double dragoning with your token doublers, then all the better. We got Gleeful Demolition and Kuldotha Rebirth. Essentially both let us cash an artifact in for 3 tokens, which is a pretty good deal. We're going to have a lot of artifact tokens running around, as you'll see. This one lets us destroy our opponent's artifact if we want. This one is an additional cost to cast the spell. You have to sacrifice an artifact, so not quite as good. But you might not know this is on Arena, and it is. Ragavan, of course, because why not? 2/1 monkey that makes treasures. Way too good, but there it is. Best 1-drop in the game. Maybe not as good, actually, as the Ocelot Pride, some people are saying. Some people are saying Satyr's Cunning makes a token that can't block, unfortunately, but it can do it again and again. Obviously, we're prioritizing stuff that makes multiple tokens. Strike It Rich, making a treasure token is always nice, and it can flash back to make more. Voldaren Epicure is a body that comes with a token. Sea-Note Scout, body that comes with a token. Gilded Goose, body that comes with a token and some ramp. And then Glimmer Baron. This is from MH2, I think it's 2. Sacrifice a token, gets +2/+2 until end of turn. This guy is underrated. If you attack with this and it's not blocked in this deck, where you might have a board of like 10 tokens, that's lethal. That's end of game. So as crazy as it is, I wanted to throw this in there. When you follow the link to the deck list in the description, you'll see I had to make so many cuts to make this deck. So anything that's in here is like something I really want to play with. And that's Glimmer Baron. We got Ajani Nakato Pariah. It's a 1/2, comes with a 2/1 token. When a cat dies, it's going to flip into a planeswalker that makes tokens. We got removal that makes tokens, so we could use it on our own creatures if we had to. Kellen creates map tokens and then can attack and grab some of these small creatures off the top of the deck. Pollen Shield Hair, obviously we're going to have a ton of creatures. Also, 2/2 and creature tokens you control get +1/+1. Not shabby, as you will probably see in the video. Raise the Alarm, make 2 tokens for 2 mana. There are a bunch of make 2 tokens for 2 mana, and because we have stuff like Young Pyromancer, where when we cast an instant sorcery spell, we make a token, it's kind of prioritizing those, but I had to make cuts. So there was like Dragon Fodder and these ones that are just sorceries make 2 2/2s. No, this is the minimum. At least instant speed make 2 1/1s. Scrub's Hive's going to make a token every turn. This makes one of the tokens has haste, so that makes the cut. Both the tokens have haste, so that makes the cut. We talked about this. Galagreeters is going to trigger with all these creature tokens and make treasure tokens itself. Into the North, just 2 mana ramp, kind of self-explanatory. Malevolent Rumble, here's another one from MH3. Reveal 4 cards. You're going to make an 0/1 Eldrazi spawn token, which could be ramp, and also going to help us grab a permanent, which is often a land, just to hit those land drops. Propagator Drone, giving all the tokens we have evolve, turns out to be pretty strong in this deck. It's another MH3 card you might not know, and it can make tokens for 4 mana. Prosperous Innkeeper comes in, brings a token, does the life gain thing for the couple cards that care about it, like Ocelot Pride. Sapperling Migration, 2 mana, 2 tokens, 6 mana, 4 tokens. So it's got that option. Springheart and Antuco. This is another complicated MH3 card. It's essentially Scoot Swarm, but with upside. So it can be a 1/1 when a land enters, it makes a 1/1 insect. Or you can enchant a creature, and then you're getting copies of that creature when the land enters. And then if the creature dies, then you get this, and it's on the battlefield. So that's pretty cool. Verdant Command, another MH2, I believe, creates 2 tap. Create 2 tapped green squirrel creature tokens, plus you get another of the abilities here. Wolf Willow Haven, it's ramp. Can turn into tokens. Join the Dance, tokens with flashback. Voice of Resurgence, another one you might not know is on Arena, but it is. Whenever opponent casts a spell during your turn, and when Voice's Resurgence dies, you're making green and white elemental creature tokens with the power and toughness each equal to the number of creatures you control. Okay, hopefully that made sense. It's good. Trust me, it's good. People play this in Modern and stuff. Okay. Arcane Signet, Cold Steel Heart, rounding out our 2 mana ramp. We could do more ramp if you want to be more competitive. Definitely can do more removal instead of these token doublers, which are more on the fun side. Monastery Mentor, also a bit more on the fun side. Although, and we're going to trigger this a lot. Old Tech Matter Weaver, whenever you cast a creature spell, you can make them 1/1 Gnome Artifact creature token. You can also create a token that's a copy of target artifact token you control. So, may be relevant in some situations. Teferi's Protection, a lot of board protection does not work in a token deck because when they exile, they're not coming back. So, Teferi's Protection is nice. Everything just goes bloop, bloop, fades out. All your tokens are safe. That's pretty good. Obviously 3 mana, I had to devastate the 3 mana slot here because our commander is already 3 mana, so that's mostly what we're going to try to play on 3. But stuff like Fable of the Mirror Breaker, just too strong. We're doing that. Growing Rights of Itlamok, this is as close as you can get to Gaia's Cradle on Arena. In this deck, it flips every time, as you'll see in the games. Peregrine Took, this is another kind of a token doubler here. If one or more tokens would be created under control, those tokens plus an additional food token are created instead. Scooty Swarm, landfall, make a green insect. Once you got 6 or more lands, you're making copies of Scoot Swarm. It gets exponential. It gets insane. It blows up Arena if you go too far with it. Be careful. Tireless Provisioner, another landfall. Either make a food or a treasure. Almost always a treasure, but sometimes you need those food. And King Darien, gonna buff all our creatures, and we can sacrifice it to give creature tokens, hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. So another board wipe protector. Another one that's a bit fun. This is just an uncommon. Lasso by the Law. It is 4 mana removal. It's not the best, but it leaves behind a mercenary token, which I thought was good. In terms of board wipes, Settle the Wreckage doesn't have anything to do with tokens, but Burn Down the House has a mode that makes 3 devil tokens, and Spiteful Banditry makes treasure tokens. We also have a bit of Storm stuff. Big Score leaves behind 2 treasure tokens. Stormkill and Artist is going to make treasure tokens as we cast instants and sorceries. Storm Splitter is going to storm itself. And note, when you cast an instant or sorcery spell, create a token that's a copy of Storm Splitter. So the token also has that ability. So this card is insane. I'm really excited to play this card. Asika's Chariot just makes 2/2 green cats and copies tokens. Hell to Pay is a removal spell that can make you a bunch of treasure tokens. Song of Totentans, not Token Tans, makes a bunch of rat tokens. This can close out the game once we have a bunch of mana. Okay, let's talk about the token doublers. We already talked about Ocelot Pride. Caretaker's Talent is a new one. It's a class enchantment. 3 mana. It's going to draw a card as tokens enter. Then we can level it up, copy a token, and then it's going to give tokens +2/+2. I guess it's not really technically a token doubler. It doubles 1 token for 1 white mana once we've already played it. This is going to give us an extra food with every token. This Anointed Procession, if an effect would create 1 or more tokens on your control, it creates twice as many. Parallel Lives, same deal. Doubling Season, same, includes counters. Primal Vigor, same, includes counters. So pretty nice. In the mana base, lots of stuff to talk about. Ardenvale can make tokens in a pinch. Colony Garden comes with a token. So Kenzin makes tokens. Embereth can make all our tokens get +1/+0. When you have a bunch of tokens, can be a game ender. The Shire can make a food token. And what else is there? Mirex can make tokens. We have, I think, 37 lands plus 4 MDFCs. I got a couple removals. This one makes tokens. This one can just buff up some stuff. Kabir Takedown based on the number of creatures you control. Maybe not the best, but anyways. If you want to make this deck stronger, I had to cut out. So go look at my list and look at what I was considering. I had to cut out stuff like Path to Exile, Swords to Plowshares, Ghostfire, which is really nice. It's just a 1 red mana, deal 4 if you have a multicolor creature down. So that would be better in Brawl when you're getting matched up with the level of commanders, as you'll see we're getting matched up with. Not to say that this build of the deck can't win. It definitely can, and you will see that in the games. Stick around to the very end. I'll show you the actual win rate of the deck, not just the games I was able to fit into the video. Hit that subscribe, leave a comment, and let me know how I'm doing and what I can do to improve. I know there's a lot, especially in the gameplay, for those of you who watch very carefully. So I appreciate all the comments that let me know and the other viewers know where the mistakes were made. Okay, enough of my jibber jabber. Let's go see Baylen the Haymaker in action. We are brawling with Baylen. Oh, we got the Young Peasy and no way to cast it. Try again. Okay. Could be all right. Turn 1, Ocelot Pride. What are we up against? Stella Lee. Whenever you cast your second spell, you exile. You can play that. You can copy an instant or sorcery. But only if you cast 3 or more. Okay. Well, Ragavan is a great turn 1. Gonna be hard to beat that. I should have taken into account the colors that I had here. Played a Ganjo. That was a punt.
From the end zone, he punts it. Oh my goodness, this could be the longest punt in Super Bowl history.
I don't think I've been that excited for a punt. What a punt.
Well, opponent made a bigger punt by just attacking into my first striker. Yeah, oops is right. Now we're going to make a token, and we can make another token. These guys work nicely together. If you gained life, create a 1/1 token. And when a creature enters, you can gain life. Or make a tap token. Here comes Stella Lee. What should I do? I guess I'm playing this for sure. And then I could play the Caretaker's Talent, which when tokens enter, we draw a card. Or I could play propagator drone. Just gonna start leveling up the tokens. Could just get my commander down. They are in blue. Let's just play the commander now while we got a chance. I think we'll gain life, because if we gain life, then we'll make a token, and then we can make another token. We got a treasure back. That worked out nicely. So most likely they have a bunch of cheap spells with this commander. Looks like a fun one. Greg Pass! Get your Greg Pass for all your Greg needs. Ooh, third pass iconoclast. Okay, they're doing a similar thing to us. Can we do it faster or better is a question. Rolling Rights is going to flip. That'll be nice. We need some land. They put the ring on Stella Lee. Now I can't really block Stella Lee. I mean, I could quad block, but I think I'll just take the 2 damage. Go to 27. Okay. Reveal a creature card. Let's see what we got. Dragon Master Outcast. Cool. That's a fun one. I think we want to keep drawing to try and hit land drop. Oh, and we do. It's tapped. Let's attack with the first striker. Opponent makes the same mistake twice. No. Just make treasure tokens. Oh, and we can gain some life. Actually, maybe should have been putting plus counters on there. Oops. Brawl. I think it's a nice. Opponent is definitely at the place where they're going to start going off. Get a land next turn. Balmore. Yikes. Opponent is very set up for a big turn. Boseju. No, Boseju. So settle the. I think we want to have settle the wreckage up. Question is, can we have other stuff? We can get a bunch of green here. Maybe we just tap that for a ton of green. And draw some cards. Plussing up the Galagreets. Evolve. And we'll gain our life. But they're all evolving. Do we just start turning the... Let's make a red. Just to use this up. And I think we're just going to start getting in. Maybe not. No, let's no attack. Evolving. So a board wipe would be the most damaging to us. We're kind of not afraid of a big old Balmor turn where they play a bunch of spells and create a bunch of guys. We can settle that. Mizzix Mastery, okay. Here they go. They counter it. Flip a card. End card. It's a Talrand. Make some treasures. Draw. Now they don't even have great attacks with their commander. Traitorous Greed. They gain control of their commander. They're setting up for a big turn next turn, maybe? Try to gain control of my guy. Oh, they use it to untap Stella Elite. Clever. Okay. If I can just resolve all these. Are they in some kind of infinite loop? Seems like they might be. Nice. It will run out of time.
You know what a hurry we're in!
Salty didn't like it much.
I don't suppose you could have split things up.
Salty?
Blub, blub, blub.
Do it! Salty, I am only waiting around to kill you.
They're angry. They meant to just do it infinitely till they had and they scooped. Well, Settle the Wreckage is a good card. Up against Kim Salabim. Playing Ulalek, Fused Atrocity. Whenever you cast an Eldrazi spell, you may play colorless, colorless. If you do, copy all spells you control and copy all activated triggered abilities. Yikes. So I guess we try to win faster than that happens. Our main plan here. Yeah, we'll just do it tapped. And next turn, maybe the Springheart and Untuko, because with the Prismatic Vista, you can get multiple triggers off that, provided that Ulalek isn't hot out the gate with removal. Talk about your 5-color good stuff. Kim Salabim, are you there?
I do not have time for this. I do not have time for you.
Absent spell. Sure. to the Nova Stowe version. Beacons Labyrinth, exiling. Emrakul, the world anew. A roaming throne. Yeah, that's pretty good. Spring Heart Nantuko. Give me red mana. And we could cast a Glimmer Baron. That's reasonable. This is a fun one. I'm excited to play this in this deck. Hedge Maze Surveils. Reading our cards. Not everybody's seen Baylen the Haymaker. Herald's Horn on Eldrazi, I expect. But so far they haven't. I guess this technically is an Eldrazi. But it wouldn't be on the top of the deck. Yeah, we'll play this as a land. Do we need it untapped? I think it would be nice. Draw a card off of this. Grub's Hive, that'll be nice when that's working. Should we just start beating down here? Then what's going on? I hit him for 7. One, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, take 7. So this could give something vigilance and +X, where X is the number of creatures we control. That should be pretty good. Cast both of those next turn. Hedron Archive, sure. Heuristic Study, okay. Good card. Oh, okay, we can get a land drop. And we get a doubling season. So let's give that. Let's decline. I think we're going to go for the win as fast as we can get it. Just let them draw cards. Now we've got a 15. Good gaming. We can trample for the win. Woo! Okay. Take that, Ulalek. Okay. Maybe that was working. Okay. Let's keep it. We've got a command tower. Let's we'll do this tapped. We can go rallying at the Hornberg. Get the token party started. Bang. So this Ral is a competitive brawl staple. So we can tap 2 untapped tokens to add a mana. That's not that helpful. We do the Pollen Shield Hair thing. They're set up to counter, but maybe if we make them counter, then they wasted a spell. Get them for 2. Need to get 1 more mana, we can start anointing the procession. Buff up all our creatures. We got a Ruby Medallion. Well, let's just play this as a tap land. Get this guy going. Another 2 damage, no big deal. The Ruby Medallion. No cover now. 3 mana Ral. Ral's gonna go scrying.
I have some bad news for you.
So interesting. We can Monastery Mentor. And if we Pollen Shield Hair on one of these creatures, let's make a gnome, a gnome, and then make this guy nice and juicy. Make a monk. You can take out Ral. You guys can keep going face. Gotta get that Ral off the board.
I'm shocked to discover I lost.
I guess what are we most worried about? Burn down the house? Okay, Foretell. A Boseju. Well, we could take out the Ruby Medallion. I don't think we care to. We'll play this land. Now, do we attempt to buff up? Yeah, let's attempt to buff up all our tokens. Not draw the counter spell, okay. It's a big attack coming in, opponent. That they're gonna reverse, okay. Interesting. We still have decent attacks here. Gonna soak up as much damage as we can. Go to 8. End the turn. Unexpected windfall. Could be running that card for sure. Oh, they did have burn down the house. Okay. Nice. Let's Signet Anointed Procession. They can play Ral here. We can have some hasty attackers. So we get Settle the Wreckage. Not very helpful probably against this deck. Double tokens. Hit for 2. End the turn, I guess. They go scrying. That's a bit desperate. Well, for playing a competitive brawl deck, oh, Orin's Epiphany, okay. the Ral.
Always nice to get out of. Time to test
They
this.
do the scry thing. They don't care to attack. Okay, my turn. Kuldotha Rebirth. We could make 6 goblins. Should we see what happens? We don't really want Ral to stick around. I don't know if we have much choice, though. And then let's just go face. Giving them one more turn. That's a lot of gobos. Okay, they've got another extra turn spell, looks like. Big score. Oh, no. Looking for another board wipe. Do they find it? They do. Maybe it was a mistake to play the Rebirth. I don't have enough tokens now to and they just ionize that. Ouchie. They've stabilized at 3 life. What have they got in hand? Underworld Breach. Okay. Good game. Well, I maybe misplayed that. I should have kept my Kuldotha Rebirth, although it looked like they had the counter spell. They're drawing. What else can they play from here? They can play another big score. We don't care about the board wipes. We don't care about the counter spells. Don't really care about burn down the house. I mean, they could do the make 3 1/1s. And they finish me off here. Thousand Year Storm. Probably. Okay. Let's scoop to that. Good job, opponent. Brawling with Baylen up against Squee Dubious Monarch. So, could be another tokens battle. This was one of my cuts from this deck. Rabbit Battery. Coming out strong. Alright. Well, let's just enter tapped, I suppose. Looking into the north next turn. Land falls. This is just straight up aggro. A Lush Portico. Well, we're not ready for that yet. should we get? Just snow-covered forest. Next turn we can lasso. Potentially squee. I go like they didn't get their land drop. Aha, Teferi's Protection. Might be useful one day. Let's Growing Rights. Actually, we should have Lush Porticoed first. Because we whiffed there. See if we would have hit it. We wouldn't have hit a creature. Potentially. Oh, actually, that could be useful against a deck with a bunch of small creatures. Still just at 20. Now 15. Crack this. Need to get that double red. So if we do x equals 3, kill off this, and what, the Hellhound? Is that the more dangerous one, or this? Creatures you control gain haste, I guess. Lizard Blades. Take one. Okay, well now we can make a ton of tokens. That's double strike, however, so let's no attack. But you get to flip the Growing Rights. Squee coming down. Attacking. Let's. I mean. Let's trade off there. What they want to do with Squee? They don't have enough creatures in their graveyard. They're gonna put it up there. Ocelot Pride. Now that's what I'm talking about. I think that plus hold up Teferi's Protection. This is a sorcery. So we can't quite hold up Teferi's Protection. We could get rid of Lizard's Blades. And hold up Teferi's Protection. That seems decent. Seems like a strategy. I'll hit you for one, opponent. Just cause. Yeah. Wait, what? Why can't I Teferi's Protection? What happened there? Oh, it's at green. Oh, yeah, okay. It's a tough way to learn that. Do this. Maybe I can draw some cards. This is instant speed. So let's pass the turn. Now we have Teferi's Protection. Hellhound. Krenko. Hammerhand. Gonna make it so Baylen can't block, yeah. Why don't I have 3 counters on Baylen? Okay. just phase out, I suppose. Ooh, Spiteful Banditry. So let's draw some cards, or... 1, 2, 3. You guys are all going away. Oh, Storm Splitter. So the max on that. Spiteful Banditry for X equals 2, I think. Maybe. No. I'm out of red mana. I can get it with the treasure. Guess they don't really have an attack there, they have a block. Bandit Lord. Uh-oh. Franco just got big. Franco be swelling. Gonna be making a lot of goblins. And now they're 2/2s. Not looking good here. And we're at 7. Ooh. Let's see. Draw off the top. Something good. Oh, never mind. That had haste. Yeah. Up against Arwen, Mortal Queen. Snapkeep. Got our command tower. I'm going to County Garden turn 1. So maybe should have Ragavan turn 1. Wasn't paying attention to what we drew there. What happens if I Springheart Nantuko? Do I even want to go with the dash? A dash of the Ragavan. A dash of the removal. Well, that's fine. Investigating is good. It's good for us. Now, what do I do here? This is my chance to cast Baylen. I suppose I take it. If I have to, I'll trade for the Bloated Contaminator. They're going to have an indestructible commander. Wandering Emperor. Okay. Well, that's painful. That's probably game. Land off the top. No. Try to Malevolent Rumble into something. Put that land up. We're just gonna die to poison counters here, though. Got a bunch of O1s. Here comes Arwen. And they're gonna Wildwood Scourge. Yeah, there's some kind of proliferate deck, and it's working nicely for them.
We've got the edge in this fight.
What can we do? We could try and remove Arwen. We could try and remove the Bloated Contaminator. Try to remove the Wandering Emperor. We got way too many Way too many creatures here. Epicure, you're not probably going to help very much. Way too many threats to deal with. What can we do? What can we do? Archangel Elspeth. Okay. I was just throwing haymakers.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
Well, I can stop 5 of the damage. 8. Need something to stop flyers. Any turn now. Don't think that's going to be it. Scoop-a-roop-a-doop. Okay, well, 33% win rate, but on the play we were 50%. So you can see the deck's a bit slow in this current build. I think I would probably try to keep more of the 2-drops and the 1-drops and try and add some you know, some removal instead of some of these fun cards like Storm Splitter. I don't know what else. Just the token doublers. Taking a turn off to have your tokens double after turn 4 or 5 is not that exciting. You could probably put in a little bit more ramp too, especially if you keep all the landfall stuff. But anyways, you know, we split. We faced against some decks that were pretty well tuned, and this deck is definitely not. So I think 33% may not look that great, but it's totally respectable. And with some tweaking, it could probably get up to a 50 or even 60% win rate, just doing fun token stuff. So that's not too bad. And of course, the Brawl matchmaker is terrible. So you could, by putting some bad cards in, you could probably get matched against some worse decks. So there's also that. So maybe I have too many good cards, so I'm still matching against the good decks. I don't know. Anyways, thanks for joining me in the attic. Check out the other Brawl videos here that YouTube thinks you will enjoy. I have been Manadad, reminding that Magic is a game so fun, even dads can enjoy it. Adios.